Hey guys, como vocês já sabem, tá rolando o nosso sorteio lá no Instagram do Inglês no Cru. Tá valendo muito a pena porque nós vamos sortear 6 pessoas diferentes. Ou seja, cada uma dessas pessoas vai ganhar um produto do Inglês no Cru, nosso, né, claro, e uma outra pessoa vai ganhar um plano do Cambly. Tá muito bacana. Então, você que já segue a gente, já tá rolando lá o sorteio, procura o post oficial, participe, veja as regras direitinho, que a gente vai sortear isso no dia 1º de julho. Então, você tem bastante tempo para participar, marcar muita gente, compartilhar, vai valer muito, muito a pena. Então é isso. Participa, hein? Estamos esperando você. O Cambly continua te oferecendo uma aula grátis lá no cambly.com ou no aplicativo do Cambly com falantes nativos do inglês. Todos os professores que estão lá são falantes nativos da língua inglesa. Então, você que está querendo melhorar o vocabulário, melhorar a conversação, falar sobre business, falar sobre a sua área de atuação, e treinar para uma entrevista de emprego, vai no cambly.com ou no aplicativo do Cambly e coloca o nosso código em minutos grátis. O nosso código é Inglês no Cru Podcast. Vale muito a pena, todo mundo que fez curtiu e também os planos que eles oferecem é de acordo com o que você puder fazer e puder pagar. Então, se você puder fazer, por exemplo, 15 minutos por semana, tem plano assim. 30 minutos 2 vezes por semana, tem plano assim. Vai lá, dá uma fusticada, vale muito a pena. A gente não tá aqui falando todos os dias sobre isso para você se realmente a gente não acreditasse, tá bom? Now, on with the show.
Hello. Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of Inglês no Cru. My name is Foster. I am your host along with
Alexia.
the other host, Alexia. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. What about you?
I am doing pretty well.
Awesome.
Can't complain. So tell me something fun before we start the show, Alexia.
Did you see what the TikTok generation did to last Trump's comício?
Commission?
Yeah. In Tulsa,
no, I did
think.
Not. Oh, his rally.
Yeah.
No. Okay, that's a complicated issue.
No,
What
that's
happened?
funny because TikTok generation, they got together and they saw that Trump was giving, not Trump, but well, his organization was giving tickets to go to his rally for free. So they sign up to do it. So this way would be full and no one could get it and no one showed up.
That's good because having a political rally inside during a pandemic with no mask is probably a bad idea.
Exactly. So he was waiting, expecting for, 1 million people. I have no idea. And only 19,000 people went there.
Okay. I don't know if he was expecting 1 million people.
No,
that seems like a lot.
100,000.
100,000.
Yeah.
Cool. And just a quick tip, Alexia. In general, we don't say expecting for something. In general, we will say just expecting. Like I'm expecting you to arrive at 4 p.m. or expecting to.
Also expecting as being pregnant, right?
Yes. Yeah. Like we are expecting the baby to be born in August.
Okay.
That's just an example.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Something funny. I thought it was very fun. So.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. So today we are continuing our conversation about cognitive bias. If you haven't listened to the last couple of episodes, it's probably a good idea to start at the beginning of this series. And today, Alexia, we are going to talk about something that I think is fascinating. I hope other people do as well. I hope you do. Today, we are talking about groupthink.
Ooh, I like that.
It is a really cool word, groupthink. and a great way to practice your TH.
Is it a one word? Groupthink?
Groupthink is one word. It's a
Ah,
compound word. Do you know
interesting.
what that is?
Yeah, two words together.
Yep. Yeah. So groupthink is also known as the bandwagon effect, but for the purposes of this podcast, we are just going to say groupthink. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Do you know what groupthink is? Have you heard this term before?
Um, maybe it's just like a cold.
A little bit. Alexia tends to take a lot of these examples to the extreme.
Yes, because my examples are always like very, very horrible, like Hitler with the Nazis and the election
Nazis.
and
Nazis.
the codes, and how do you like program people to think the way that you think? That's how I think.
Okay. Yeah. Hitler, Nazi Germany in the 1930s is an example of groupthink. It's a pretty extreme example. But speaking very simply, the idea of groupthink is just you believe something because other people in a group also believe that, right?
Yeah.
So, would you like for me to give an example and then you can try to think of a non Nazi related example?
um okay, I'll try. Go ahead.
Okay, so let's think of, hmm. Okay, we have a very real example in American politics recently. So, in American politics, before the pandemic and all of the crazy stuff happening in the US, everyone was talking about the Democratic candidates, who was going to be the candidate opposing Donald Trump. And everyone talked about this idea of electability. So, who has the best chance of beating Trump? Or who are other people going to vote for? Because we kind of all need the same people to vote for one person, right? And
Yeah.
essentially, this is what happened with Joe Biden. Not too many people were super excited about Joe Biden, but everyone was thinking, hey, I'm pretty sure the whole group, the group of Democratic voters, are going to vote for Joe Biden, so I should probably do that too. So that's groupthink. You're changing your beliefs, your thoughts, your actions based on what you think other people are going to do. Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Uh-huh. My example would be like during the pandemic right now, we are all discussing which kind of drugs are the best, right, to try to cure COVID-19 and
Mhm.
etc. And
COVID.
there is a huge group.
Do you want to try that one more
Peraí,
time?
amor, senão eu não consigo continuar. É muito difícil esse raciocínio. Go ahead.
Não, pode falar.
No, now I stopped. What should I say?
Okay. COVID.
COVID.
Yes, I was hearing COVID. COVID.
COVID.
Perfect.
Okay.
You may continue your thought now.
I need to remember. So which drug would be the best? Da-da-da, da-da-da. And then there is a group that believes that that drug called hydronexamine.
Hydrochloroquine.
Yeah, it's good, and the other group thinks it's bad. And it's a huge debate of what they should do, but some presidents around the world, they do believe that it's good, and just because of that they are buying everything and thinking that's the cure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a pretty good example. So this episode is getting a little bit political, so let me give a very routine example. Imagine meetings, just normal work meetings. Or nowadays, this could be a Zoom meeting. But imagine a company is starting a new project and everyone is trying to decide when should we start the new project. And there are 6 people in the meeting. 5 people say we should start this project on Thursday. And the 6th person is thinking, no, that's way too soon. We can't start this project on Thursday. But if the other 5 people believe that it's a good idea, the 6th person is probably going to say, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be the only person in the group thinking differently.
Yeah. So I can take high school as a huge example.
Okay. For example,
You just need to watch the High School Musical movie or show or Mean Girls. Like, if you are an outsider, your opinion doesn't count. So you need to be part of a group and think think like them and do their stuff and have their experiences, even though you don't agree, even though you don't like it.
exactly. I remember in high school, this was probably in middle school, so like 13, 14 years old, there was this trend of all of my friends, all of the popular boys in the school started wearing Hawaiian shirts. Do you know what those are?
Of course.
Like
We call it gringo shirt.
Yeah. For some reason, those were just very popular. And I remember I was thinking, what is going on why am I going to wear this stupid shirt? But of course, I was wearing Hawaiian shirts all of the time because I
Oh my
wanted to
God.
be part of the group.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So why is groupthink important? Why
Because,
is it a good thing to consider?
yeah, because you feel like you're inside of a community, that you're part of something. You don't want to be an outsider. That's why. But at the same time, you can be part of that group. And if they don't accept the way that you think or something, that's not your group. So it's
Yeah.
really hard because,
I would disagree a little bit with that, with your reading of that, just in the sense that I think groups, community can be very good, create a lot of strong connections, but groupthink, fundamentally, it stops independent thinking, right? Because you don't want to think for yourself, you want to think as a group. And in general, I'm a fan of independent thinking. I think it's good. So it's always a good thing to be mindful of. It's a good thing to consider. Like, do I really think this or do I just think this because everyone in my group thinks this?
but at the end of the day, you're going to be part of a group that thinks more or less alike you.
Maybe.
You can have different opinions about something or items or I don't know, but at the end of the day, you're going to be part of a group that has more or less the same opinions as you do.
Yeah, of course. As social animals, we tend to stay with people that think similar to
Yeah.
us. But I do think there are some good things you can do. And for me, probably the most helpful thing is when you're thinking about any idea, any opinion, any belief, is just take a moment and think, okay, do I really believe this? Or do I just believe this because other people believe this?
I don't know. I would consider myself a very strong opinionative person.
You could say
Opinionated.
you're a very oops, opinionated.
I would say opinionated.
Opinionated. Yeah. I would say you're a person with strong opinions.
Okay. I used to,
English é difícil.
I used to be like that, like times 1,000. Nowadays, I'm a little bit more susceptible.
What do you want to say?
Susceptible.
Susceptible. Yeah. I think we are all susceptible to groupthink. We are all capable of independent thinking, and it's kind of a balance. You want to think independently more, but you still want to be part of a group. So it's just a good thing to always have in balance, to always keep in the back of your mind somewhere.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, guys. thank you for listening to another episode of Inglês no Rádio. Continue being part of our group because the way we are thinking is just one way to think, but we think it's pretty cool.
Awesome. Okie dokie. So I'll see you in the next episode.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Muito obrigada por ter escutado mais um episódio aqui do Inglês no Rádio e relembrando aquilo que eu estou falando na intro. Ou seja, você pode muito bem participar do nosso sorteio que está rolando lá no Inglês no Cru. Bom, quando eu falo lá no Inglês no Cru, quer dizer no Instagram do Inglês no Cru. Então, nós vamos sortear 6 pessoas diferentes, cada uma delas vai ganhar um produto. A gente se juntou junto com o Cambly. Quer dizer, a gente virou, Cambly, quer participar? Quero! E é isso, gente. Parceria é a melhor coisa da vida, né? Então, vá lá, porque esse sorteio rola até o dia 1 de julho. Então, tá valendo muito a pena. Procura a foto oficial, o post oficial, siga as regras direitinho e você pode ser um dos ganhadores. Muito bom. Então é isso. Te vejo no próximo episódio, hein?